headed to the to the Denise Williams book signing, and I'm late. I'm late, but I'm going. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm really embarrassed. I'm freaking embarrassed because it's about to be late. Like, that's so embarrassing. Like, I think the last event I went to, I think I was actually early. Like, I was early, bro. And now here I am. I'm probably going to be like 15 minutes late. So, and I saw on the bookstore's like Instagram page, and she's like, yeah, I'm on my way to Louisville. And this was like hours ago, so of course, I mean, she's here by now.
But Willow and Deacon are getting 2 minutes, and he's had a back injury, and his back is mid-flow. And so I actually love this scene because he's kind of vulnerable. She's taking care of him. Like, there's some romance and emotion in it. But she picks up like the bag he had, like from Walgreens or CVS, because he has an ointment in the back. And so she opens up the contents, and she's kind of just saying out loud what she's pulling out, and it's icy hot jelly beans and condoms. And then Deacon just mutters like devil's three-way. And I don't think that joke is that funny, but I love it. Like, people are like, write a quote in the book when you're signing a book. I'm like, I don't remember what I wrote in that book, but I remember that line. I love it. So beautiful. I love your headband. You're gonna be so cute. You are succeeding. I said succeeding, but I don't know what you're getting up to tonight, but enjoy it. I'm so glad you're here. I really appreciate you were here. Thanks for your question. You can sign my tour page you want. 69 if you choose, but you know what? That's the only smart thing. That's the only right thing you can do in this situation. Shalita with an I, right? Okay.
Kelly did it! She said, I don't want to be fat like Psycho. Kelly did it. Girl. That'll she killed it. Her daddy got her pregnant. Her daddy got her pregnant. I'm broke. What an autumn in.
to lock off, I need to step back. Constantly online, causing me setbacks too. Every day see so many people doing the things you do, and they're doing it better too. Whoa, whoa. It's like, why should I even try when there's always some other guy who's way ahead of you, but makes it look easy? Why would they need me? Oh, I hear it now. I'm just being needy. I try not to envy you, to get angry. You do it better than me. I try not to hate myself, to lose confidence, but you always do it better than me. I just wanna be loved like
Tears are just laid into these heifers. So we're now in like 1912, right? And Free's grown, married, got about 50, 11 kids. There's a new girl on the scene. Her name is Miriam. So anyway, so look. So Tears' son, Free, been stepping out, having an affair with this girl, Miriam, right? But also, apparently he got himself a little gambling problem, right? Not just gambling. My man is like forging checks and yada, yada, yada. So these three women come to town acting like they want to move to the town, right? But really, they're looking for him because he done scammed their man. Their husband's out of, all his money. And now their husbands done basically left them, go find work in other states, yada, 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 so forth and so forth. So, and it was their like big like New Year celebration, and Tirza, she's an older woman now. She's like elderly now. So they done had this big showdown. Free done got arrested. The women done, admitted to why they were really there. And Tirza's like, I couldn't get you bitches to shut up at first, and now everybody quiet. And I mean, she read them all for filth, honey. She read read the three little strangers for filth, and then she turns and looks at her daughter-in-law. Like, hold on, like, how you the wife? How come you didn't know what your husband was doing? How come you didn't know where he was all day? Then she turns and looks at Miriam, and she's like, and everybody knows, bitch, y'all fooling around, bitch, y'all having an affair, and you telling me that you didn't know what was going on? She said, no, we talking as women now, baby. Don't lower your heads now. Open your mouth and let's talk. It's women. So I just, an older black woman look. They ain't gonna tell her like it is. They not gonna beat around the bush with you, baby. So I just thought those it's just funny. Guys, it is so quiet at my house right now. Like, all you can hear is like the hum of machines or whatever. Like, but it's just that it's so quiet. Like, I almost want to whisper because my kids are still asleep. Well, my daughter's still asleep. My son, he's up. But anyway, so I had to call off today. I had to call out, call off, call in, however y'all want. However you say it in your neck of the woods. I had to let my boss know I wasn't gonna make it in today. because we're having a plumbing issue and I have to have a plumber come out. Like, this is I don't want to say it was unexpected. It was, to an extent. Like, there was already an issue. And you know how men are. They think they can fix everything on their own. You know, they don't trust the people who actually have the certifications and the training and the skills and the knowledge, the experience. Did I say experience already? I don't know. Anyway, they think they can do everything themselves when in reality they cannot. So he has finally admitted defeat. We finally called somebody last night. I can't make it. You know, family emergency. It's my house, so it's emergency. The house is having an emergency, so my family's having an emergency. You know, we need to be able to pee, poo, poo, and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I figured, well, since I'm not at work, why don't I get my arse up? Because I gotta get up anyway, right? I would be up anyway. Why don't I get up, try to do a little reading, give you guys a little reading update before the plumbers get here. So let's talk about it. So it is Friday, February 27th. We've got less than a day. We're in the last 2 days of the month. I'm in the middle of 2 books. I'm pretty sure I can finish. I'm pretty sure I can finish by tomorrow night. The other one, not so much. I'm not gonna get there. So I am still in the middle of Zeal and in the middle of Son of the Morning. So let's run it down. So right now I am at about 31% into Son of the Morning, and I'm at the finish line really with Zeal. I'm on page. What page am I on? I'm on page 355, and I'm no mathematician and never played one on television either. How many pages are in this book? 402. Gotta do the math on that. That's less than 100 pages. That's all I can do. So I should be able to be done with this by tomorrow, hopefully, because I do have some things I need to do and want to do. There's an adult book fair today at the library, so I want to go to that tonight. And then tomorrow it's gonna be so nice today and so nice out tomorrow. So I really want to go to the book bar tomorrow. That won't be in this video because I need to be able to edit. That'll be in my next vlog or whatever. I'm almost done with Zeal. Y'all, I got to a point where I started getting, I want to say irritated a little bit. Not like I wasn't enjoying it, but so we spend a good portion of the book, following the storyline of, Tears and Harrison back in the, the 1800s, the early 1900s. We spend most of the book focusing on them. And then we get this time jump where we're back to focusing on our modern day couple, our couple in 2020. I think the book started out initially in 2019, and then we hurry up and, went back in time. And now we are in 2020, and we are following the storyline of that couple, Ardelia and what's his name? What is his name? Oliver. So we're following Ardelia and Oliver's story. And honestly, at first I was just so bored with them. I think part of it was some of the things that they are dealing with and grappling with are, things that I've already seen, things that we've experienced, because she definitely ties in things that were going on nationally and, culturally and things like that. Things that were going on during that time period. I don't think it was necessarily that I was bored with it, but I think it was just like I've lived this. Whereas, I was never a slave. So not that was exciting, but, that was more appealing for me to read, to get those perspectives of what was going on in the late 1800s, early 1900s. That's like new for me. Like, no, I'm not a time traveler, so I don't know what was popping off back then. So that was exciting to read. So I was kind of like, oh my God, like I I need to finish this book. Like, you know, Oliver and Ardelia are killing me. But then I started thinking about it last night, and I was thinking, I feel like maybe what the author is doing is she's showing us, as far as for Tears and Harrison, you know, what was going on during that time period, all the things that were, you know, the hardships that were going on during that time period, the hardships that were keeping them apart, and, you know, all the things that they had to go through, all the obstacles in their way back in those days. And when we get Oliver and Ardelia's perspective, I think she's showing us what was going on in the world, what was going on in our country, to show us, well, these are the roadblocks, these are the hardships that they are facing. Because we know that Tirza and Harrison, you know, are in some way, shape, or form related to Oliver. So I think maybe she was showing, hey, you know, like, look at the hardships and the strifes, you know, throughout this bloodline, you know, throughout, you know, not just throughout the bloodline, but, you know, of course, for Black people in general, but also, you know, for the juxtaposition, you know, comparing the two couples, like everything that they face, you know, hey, they had the hardships back in those days, and Oliver and Ardelia are facing their trials in these modern day times. When I started looking at it like that, I was like, oh, okay. Now it's kind of doing more like back and forth jumping. Ardelia is starting to like research her family history, you know, because, you know, the letter, Tirza's letter, you know, in the beginning, you know, Oliver shows it to her like, hey, you know, this is my ancestor, you know, she was so in love, yada, yada, yada. And so now that's, you know, now everything that's going on in the 2020s, Ardelia's got all this vigor, this time on her hands, and this vigor to learn more about her own family's history. So I started getting irritated and just wanting to be done, but now I'm just like, I'm rooting for her to find out about her family. I'm rooting for them to find these connections and find out how they are connected to each other. So that's good. All right, so then we have Son of the Morning. So like I said, I'm only 31% in. We kind of have a little throuple. We've got Galilee, who is this supernaturally gifted young woman who really, she doesn't know her full potential, and she doesn't really know, she knows her family, but she doesn't really know what she is. You know, she knows that there's something, she knows her entire family is special. She knows her entire family is gifted, and that they, you know, have these abilities and connections. But she also knows that my stomach just growled, ignore it. She also knows that she's just a little tad bit, you know, more unique and strange than her family. There are secrets that even they are keeping from her about her. And then we got our man Lucifer. Yes, the devil if you're nasty. Yes, the one and only. And then we got his little homie, I think it was, no, wait a minute, hold on. Levi, okay? So, I just have to tell y'all this one part. So Galilee it's finally clicked for her who he is. That Lucifer is the one and only, you know, the one and only. So they have this moment. So she's like, Lucifer, would you ever hurt me? And my man Lucy, that's what his homies kind of nicknamed Lucy. Ain't that something? The devil's nickname was Lucy. Anyway, Lucifer's like, girl, like I don't want to, but shawty, I don't want to hurt you, but you know, my mans and them, they telling me that I gotta, that I'm gonna have to. I mean, he didn't tell her that part, but he was like, no, I wouldn't want to hurt you. But my thing is, first of all, y'all only known each other a beat. Like, Lucifer's the great deceiver, baby. How can you trust anything to come out this man's mouth? Why would you even pose this question? Do you really expect an honest answer? I mean, I get that, you know, this man gave you like the most amazing orgasm you ever had in your entire life 30 minutes after meeting him in the hallway of your best friend's father's mansion, and a cloud of black smoke that hid you from the rest of the world. But baby, He Lucifer, the devil himself, the great deceiver. It's kind of like insta-lust. It kind of starts out. So I just feel like when she posed that question, I was like, girl, you ain't even known him long enough. Like, y'all acting like gotta known each other forever. And maybe it's that, like her soul. But Lucifer ain't got a soul, right? Anyway, they both drawn to each other like magnets, like a moth to the flame. But I just felt like, girl, y'all ain't even known each other long enough for you to be like trusting anything this man says. You don't know this man. I mean, you know him. You know him. You know whatever, you know, historically, you know what this man's about. So until you really get to know him for yourself, you gonna need to trust that first impression. For me, you know. You can't trust what that was doing in that highway 30 minutes after meeting. It is very, for me, it's like very like insta-lusty, you know, it's kind of, there's a lot of like passion. So this is probably gonna be hella spicy for me, but I'm enjoying it. And normally I'm like, oh God, like, you guys have hopped into the spice already. But I think because it's about Lucifer, I think I'm intrigued. But anyway, I probably really need to eat something, but I want to read before these plumbers get here. So, yeah, how long I've been talking? Y'all know how I do. I've been talking for 16 minutes. All right, let me get some reading done before these plumbers get here. So I'm here at the library for this like books and brews thing, and baby, it's on the popping. These book nerds like to get down. Boy, they fly to this parking lot too. Like, y'all know the beer ain't free, right? Y'all know y'all pay for it, right? But I see a lot of, you know, I see some in groups, I see some couples, I see some people by themselves. But I guess let me go ahead and get in this line. Let's see what's happening. Damn, let me go on. It's about to get on popping. Yeah, like this is the club, baby. Y'all should see these cars pulling in here behind me. Let me get on in here and see what's happening. All right, guys. It's time to bring this. It's time to bring this vlog to an end. So, let's start with just briefly talking about the books that I actually finished in this video. I finished Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson. You guys, this was her debut novel. This was so good. And it's not like I expected anything less from her, but this one felt darker. This one, the twist, because there's always a twist. The twist gave me, even now just thinking about it, like I have goosebumps right now just thinking about that twist. This was just diabolical. This was so good. Like I said, I'm trying to wrap this up. So we are definitely gonna hash it out, like full on hash it out in my wrap up. But just know, this was a slam dunk for me. Yeah. This was so freaking good. I literally finished Zeal last night, guys. And I know that at some point I mentioned that, you know, that I was getting like, I guess I was getting anxious / irritated. Once we did the time jump back into, you know, the 21st century, and we were following, you know, the descendants, you know, we were following Oliver and Ardelia's story, and I was like, oh, you know, like they're getting on my nerves, like I need us to you know, to hurry up. I take it all back. I take it all back. Whatever I said, I mean, it wasn't negative. I didn't mean it disrespectfully at all. You know, like I said, I was enjoying the story of Tirza and, you know, everybody in the late 1800s, you know, early mid 1900s. I was enjoying those storylines more than I was enjoying that. But with that being said, you know, as we get later into the story and, you know, Ardelia really started digging into, you know, her history, and, you know, the ending was so satisfying. I cried through this book. I cried, I laughed, I mourned, I grieved. This book made me feel everything. And yeah, I mean, if you haven't read it, you gotta read it. But like I said, I'll break it down even more in my wrap-up video. But for now, just know that this book took me through all the emotions and then some. Like, I'm getting ready to cry thinking about it, but listen, we're not here for that. So excellent book, excellent read. Yeah, we'll really chop it up in the wrap up. All right, so last night I went to the Bombastic book fair, right? Or the Bombastic. Sorry, I wanted to add an extra O in there. I went to the book fair, to the adult book fair. Y'all, I didn't stay long. We were like asses to elbows up in there. We were just too close, and I was like by myself. So as far as like, so I did my little shopping thing, you know, got my books and got my goods, but I had a box. You hear that? I had a box. So there was no way that I was gonna be like, oh, hey, well, let me do this. Cause they had like a scavenger hunt, they had pizza, they had beer. Baby, once I got the books to the car, there was no way I was turning back around and going in there. And I'm shy, y'all, I'm shy. I know y'all might not get that vibe on camera, but I am. So, yeah, I just didn't see myself going back inside and striking up a conversation and being some weirdo talking to people. But at the same time, it was such an amazing, like, beautiful experience, because it was just like, look at all these book people, like, literally, like, fighting to get up in this parking lot for this. Like, literally, like, they at the club. Like, like, that's what it, I was like, oh, okay, little book nerds, okay. Let me show you what I got. So first of all, y'all really got me with this one, because I was like, ooh, you know, let me get me a little t-shirt. I wanted the little $8 one, but homegirl called me fat. She was like, oh yeah, well, these $8, she was like, they do run kind of small. And I was like, oh, okay, well, what's the largest size you got right there? She was like, the largest size they had left was medium. I was like, oh yeah, I ain't about to squeeze out this up in there. So of course all the other t-shirts are $15. So I got one of the other shirts. So anyway, but I mean, that's cute, right? I can see myself sleeping in this. I can see, baby, I'm gonna wear this out, okay? Because I'm a book nerd, and I went to the book fair and I got this trophy. First of all, now believe me, it's a box. It's a box. So let's see. Let's take them out. And like 3 of them I didn't even read. I didn't even read the description. I was like, oh, that's the series, baby, let me get that. But I feel like I've heard this, I have heard this author's name, never read anything by her. This is our stack. Look at all those. Y'all know I need a thumbnail. There we go. All right, so let's run down what we got. So first up, and this is Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. Anyway, I love the show. So, will I love the book? I don't know. Oh, any Outlander fans out there? So if you don't know what Outlander is about, I'm not gonna read the book. I'm gonna tell you what the show was about, because clearly the show is, you know, based off the book. But anyway, so you got this woman, and I think this is like set, I think she's in the 40s or something, like 1940s, Britain or whatever. And she goes on vacation with her husband, and then somehow she gets teleported back in time, back to Scotland, right? Yeah, Scotland. She travels back in time to Scotland. Yeah, back to 1743. Anyway, yeah, she ends up falling in love with this Highlander, this, you know, this ginger. Yeah, the show good. The show is good. The series is good. I think it is in its final season, or its final season is getting ready to air. I am behind in it. I actually stopped watching it at one point because I was like, the main character, Claire just does some dumb stuff, and it is definitely like that white privilege, like, you know, and not just that, but that, like, it's the white privilege, it's the modern day woman, like, I'm a woman, hear me roar. And it's like, girl, that shit don't fly in the 1700s. Okay, they don't care who you are. Her mouth wrote checks her ass couldn't cash a lot of times. And in the season I'm watching now, she did something dumb because she's a doctor, right? It's like, girl, you are a doctor in your time. You can't just do the things that you did in the 1940s, 1950s, 1960s, 1970s, 1980s. You can't be doing that stuff in the 1700s. They gonna call you a witch and burn you at the stake. So anyway, so yeah, pick that up. Okay, so next is the series, and I'm gonna have to do my research on it because I know it's a series. I don't know how many books are in the series, but I saw 3 books and I was like, oh, that's the same author. Books kind of look similar. That has to be a series. So I think this is, so the author is Olivia Blake. Olivia Blake. And this is, I guess it's the Atlas. What's Atlas 6 is the first book? Yeah, I think the Atlas 6 is the first book. I don't know how many books are in this series. Yeah, this is, I feel like this is sci-fi. Who is the secrets, betrayal, seduction, power? Welcome to the Alexandrian Society. Okay. It's giving sci-fi, fantasy, romantasy. Has anybody read this? Like I said, I think this is book 1, Atlas 6. Has anybody read this series by Olivia Blake? Let me know how many books are in this series. Because at this point, I have the Atlas 6, the Atlas Complex, and the Atlas Paradox. All right, the next one, now this is a thriller. And this is an author that I've never heard of. This one is called It All Falls Down by Sheena Kamal. So let me run this down for you guys. Growing up, Nora Watts only knew one parent, her father. When he killed himself, well, God dang, she denied her grief and carried on with her life. Now, a chance encounter with a veteran who knew him raises disturbing questions Nora can't ignore and dark emotions she can't control. To make peace with the past, she has to confront it. Ooh. Says finding the truth about her father's life and his violent death takes her from Vancouver to Detroit, where Sam Watts grew up, far away from his birthplace. So is Sam her daddy? They just threw his name out there like we're supposed to know who the hell that is. Thanks to a disastrous government policy starting in the 1950s, thousands of Canadian Indigenous children like Sam were adopted out of their communities, many by American families. In the Motor City, Nora discovers that the circumstances surrounding Sam's suicide are more unsettling than she imagined. I'm gonna stop right there. That sounds good. That sounds good. Okay, this one. So this is a fantasy. This is Trail of Lightning by Rebecca Roanhorse. Roanhorse. It says, while most of the world has drowned beneath the sudden rising waters of a climate apocalypse. Ooh, he loves a good apocalypse. Dinata, formerly the Navajo Reservation, has been reborn. The gods and heroes of legend walk the land, but so do monsters. Listen to him. 16 sound like he's 65. Anyway, Maggie Hosky is a Dinata monster hunter, a supernaturally gifted killer. Get it, girl? When a small town needs help finding a missing girl, Maggie is their last best hope. But what Maggie uncovers about the monster is much more terrifying than anything she could have imagined. She knows the monster. She knows him. That's just my prediction. Maybe it didn't start out as a monster. Maybe it was a human, and you know, now it's a monster, and maybe it's somebody from her past. Because I mean, that's terrifying to think that you know an actual monster and you're a monster hunter. You know, like it's conflict of interest, right? That's just my prediction. That's what I'm rolling with. All right, it says Maggie reluctantly enlists the aid of Kai Arviso. He sounds cute. An unconventional medicine man, and together they travel the res, unraveling clues from ancient legends, trading favors with tricksters, and battling dark witchcraft in a patchwork world of deteriorating technology. As Maggie discovers the truth behind the killing, she will have to confront her past if she wants to survive. What I tell you, she got to confront her past. She knew this monster. She know who the monster is. Probably her mama. I don't know. I'm just guessing at it. So intriguing. And she look like a baddie. Look at her. Baby, she got the sawed-off shotgun and the blade. She kicking ass and taking names. Okay? All right. All right. Next. Mame by Jessica George. So this is one of those family dramas. I think this has to do with like a daughter and her, you know, an adult woman and her father and their relationship. It says, it's fair to say that Maddie's life in London is far from rewarding. With a mother who spends most of her time in Ghana, yet still somehow manages to be overbearing. Maddie is the primary caretaker for her father, who suffers from advanced stage Parkinson's. At work, her boss is a nightmare, and Maddie is tired of always being the only black person in every meeting. Girl, tell it. Tell it. And granted, I'm not the only black person in the meeting, but I mean, it's less than 5 of us. And then literally my supervisor the other day was like, she thought that the new girl was me on a Teams call. Baby, we don't sound anything alike. She's 25, I'm 41. She still has hopes and dreams. You know, she still sounds positive. I told her. She thought she was me because we're black. Maddie. We get it. We get it, girl. Anyway, it says, when Mom returns from her latest trip to Ghana, Maddie leaps at the chance to get out of the family home and finally start living. Live your life, girl. That's her husband. Till death do them part, in sickness and in health. That's her man. She needed, unless they're divorced. Maybe they're divorced. That's her husband. Till death do them part. Go live your life, Maddie. That's her job. Anyway, well, okay, back to it. Look at me judging the mama. A self-acknowledged late bloomer, she's ready to experience some important firsts. Ooh, she trying to have sex, y'all. She trying to get her cherry popped. She finds a flat share, says yes to after-work drinks, pushes for more recognition in her career, and throws herself into the bewildering world of internet dating. Now, Maddie, be careful. Don't get wrapped up with the Tinder swindler, okay? But it's not long before tragedy strikes. Well, god dang, this girl, okay? She ain't got a fighting chance. But it's not long before tragedy strikes, forcing Maddie to face the true nature of her unconventional family and the perils and rewards of putting her heart on the line. Maddie, girl. Smart, funny, and deeply affecting, Mame deals with the themes of our time with humor and poignancy, from familial duty and racism to female pleasure, the complexity of love, and the life-saving power of friendship. Most important, it explores what it feels like to be torn between two homes and cultures, and it celebrates finally being able to find where you belong. Ow! I'm gonna shed a little thug tear on this one. This book belongs to Sean Steve. Well, no, the hell it don't. Not anymore. Now it belongs to Shalita Renee. I get, you know what? I'm about to cover that one up with something because that looks like I done stole this man's book. All right, anyway, okay. The last book. Now, this book is a part of a series. This is a fantasy by a black author. Love to see it. And it's called Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James. Y'all, look at that. And I mean, this copy is in excellent condition. All right, so it says, Tracker is known far and wide for his skills as a hunter. Marlon, we couldn't have been more original with this man's name. His name is Tracker, or because he's a tracker, that's just what he goes by. I'm just asking. Just asking. He has a nose, people say. Hired to find a mysterious boy who has disappeared, Tracker breaks his own rule of always working alone when he finds himself part of a group assembled to search for the boy. The band is a hodgepodge full of unusual characters with secrets of their own, including a shape-shifting man animal known as the leopard. As Tracker follows the boy's scent, he and the band are set upon by creatures intent on destroying them. As he fights for survival, Tracker starts to wonder, who really is this boy? Because who put in all this effort to keep us from getting him? Y'all just gonna send this band of bandits on us. Who is this little boy? Why he's so damn... The book didn't say that, I just did. All right. Why has he been missing for so long? Why do so many people want to keep the boy from being found? See? Psychic, I said that. And perhaps most important of all, who is telling the truth and who is lying? That's all I have for you guys. That's it for this vlog, you guys. We went to a bookish event. We went to 2 bookish events, y'all. I mean, I know y'all ain't I get a lot of footage from the book fair, but we were in there. There's gonna be some footage in here from it. Got some reading in. We finished 2 books. I actually updated my reading journal a little bit. It's still kind of behind, but I did catch it up a little bit, did a little decorating, had a little good time there. So that's it. I'm gonna get on out of here so I'll get this edited, get this posted tomorrow, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Let me know what you guys are reading right now. Does your library do an adult book fair type situation? Let me know down in the comments. And if you've read Zeal or Allegedly, let me know down in the comments. All right, friends, thank you so much for watching. As always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And until the next one, friends.